Irish poet and dramatist Oscar Fingal O'Flahertie Wilde was born in Dublin. He wrote in several genres during the 1880s until emerging in the early 1890s as one of London's most well-known playwrights. There is only one thing in the world worse than being talked about, and that is not being talked about. To love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance. Some calls happiness wherever they go, others, whenever they go. The best way to enjoy your job is to imagine yourself without one. Whenever people agree with me, I always feel I must be wrong. To lose one parent may be regarded as a misfortune, to lose both looks like carelessness. Whenever a man does a thoroughly stupid thing, it is always from the noblest motives. It is better to be beautiful than to be good. But it is better to be good than to be ugly. I choose my friends for their good looks, my acquaintances for their good characters, and my enemies for their intellects. A man cannot be too careful in the choice of his enemies. One of the many lessons that one learns in prison is, that things are what they are and will be what they will be. I am so clever that sometimes I don't understand a single word of what I am saying. Experience is merely the name men gave to their mistakes. Laughter is not at all a bad beginning for a friendship, and it is far the best ending for one. Beauty is the only thing that time cannot harm. Philosophies fall away like sand, creeds follow one another, but what is beautiful is a joy for all seasons, a possession for all eternity. No woman should ever be quite accurate about her age. It looks so calculating. An excellent man, he has no enemies, and none of his friends like him. Life is far too important a thing ever to talk seriously about. A thing is not necessarily true because a man dies for it. It takes great deal of courage to see the world in all its tainted glory, and still to love it. Society often forgives the criminal, it never forgives the dreamer. Questions are never indiscreet, answers sometimes are. Keep love in your heart. A life without it is like a sunless garden when the flowers are dead. Success is a science. If you have the conditions, you get the result. Most people die of a sort of creeping common sense, and discover when it is too late that the only things one never regrets are one's mistakes. Those who find ugly meanings in beautiful things are corrupt without being charming. This is a fault. There are many things that we would throw away if we were not afraid that others might pick them up. Arguments are extremely vulgar, for everyone in good society holds exactly the same opinion. I don't want to be at the mercy of my emotions. I want to use them, to enjoy them, and to dominate them. Education is an admirable thing, but it is well to remember from time to time that nothing that is worth knowing can be taught. The only difference between the saint and the sinner is that every saint has a past, and every sinner has a future. The public is wonderfully tolerant. It forgives everything except genius. The nicest feeling in the world is to do a good deed anonymously and have somebody find out. Morality is simply the attitude we adopt towards people we personally dislike. The only difference between the saint and the sinner is that every saint has a past, and every sinner has a future. The public is wonderfully tolerant. It forgives everything except genius.